What if the way you hug a woman is actually making her feel uncomfortably, and when she smiles and hugs you back? Most men think a good hug is about confidence, strength, or holding on tightly. Or there's one mistake that can instantly turn a warm moment into an awkward one. And the surprising part is, you may be making it without realizing it. A hug seems simple. You walk towards someone, open your arms, and embrace her. But a hug is actually a powerful form of nonverbal communication. It can communicate comfort, affection, attraction, trust, or even pressure. That's why one small mistake can completely change how a woman experiences the moment. If you want your hugs to feel natural, confident, and respectful, there's one principle you need to remember. Never assume the hug is yours to control. The biggest mistake is holding on too tightly or for too long without paying attention to her response. Some men believe that squeezing harder makes a hug feel more passionate. Others think that refusing to let go quickly shows confidence or attraction. But if she starts pulling away, changes her body position, keeps her arms loose, or breaks the embrace first, those are signals worth respecting. A great hug is not about trapping someone in your arms. It's about creating a moment where both people feel comfortable. Think about the difference. Imagine a woman greets you after several weeks apart. She smiles, steps toward you, and gives you a quick hug. You return it naturally, match her energy, and let the moment end comfortably. That feels effortless. Now imagine the same situation, but you squeeze her tightly and keep holding her after she has started to pull away. Suddenly, the emotional meaning changes. What you intended as affection may feel like pressure. This is why reading her body language matters more than following some secret technique. Watch for simple signals. Does she move closer willingly? Does she return the hug with similar energy? Does she relax, smile, and stay engaged? Or does she become stiff, turn her body away, keep her arms distant, or quickly create space afterward? None of these signals should be treated as a guaranteed sign of attraction. People have different personalities, cultures, comfort levels, and reasons for hugging. But they can tell you when to slow down and give the other person more space. And there's another mistake that often goes unnoticed. Turning every hug into an attempt to escalate the interaction. A hug doesn't automatically mean romantic interest. A woman can hug you because she's happy to see you, because you're friends, because she's being polite, or because that's simply how she expresses warmth. If you immediately interpret every hug as an invitation for something more, you risk making the interaction uncomfortable. Confidence isn't assuming what she wants. Confidence is being comfortable enough to let the moment be what it is. In fact, one of the most attractive qualities during any physical interaction is awareness. You notice the other person's comfort instead of becoming completely focused on your own feelings. Imagine a man named Daniel. He had a habit of hugging people tightly because he thought it made him seem affectionate. One day, a woman he had been getting to know greeted him with a hug. Daniel held on longer than she expected. She eventually stepped back, smiled politely, and changed the subject. Daniel didn't understand what happened. He thought the hug had gone well, but later, he realized the problem wasn't that he had hugged her. The problem was that he hadn't noticed when the moment was over. That realization changed the way he interacted with people. Instead of trying to create a particular reaction, he started paying attention. If someone leaned in, he responded naturally. If they stepped back, he gave them space. If the hug was brief, he allowed it to be brief. And strangely enough, his interactions became much more comfortable. That's an important lesson. You don't create connection by forcing a moment to last. You create connection by making the other person feel safe enough to enjoy the moment. So what should you do instead? Keep the hug natural. Match the energy you're receiving. Don't squeeze unnecessarily hard. Don't hold on after the other person begins to disengage. And don't assume that physical affection automatically means romantic interest. Most importantly, remember that every person is different. Some women love long hugs. Some prefer short hugs. Some are naturally affectionate, while others aren't comfortable with much physical contact. The goal isn't to memorize a universal formula. The goal is to pay attention, and if you're ever uncertain, there's nothing weak about asking. A simple, respectful, "Is it okay if I hug you?" This can actually communicate confidence because it shows that you care about her boundaries. There's also something powerful about letting a hug end naturally. You don't need to make it dramatic. You don't need to squeeze tighter at the last second. You don't need to turn it into something more. Sometimes the most confident thing you can do is simply smile. Step back and continue the conversation, because attraction isn't created through pressure. Connection grows through comfort, trust, and mutual interest. So the next time you hug a woman, remember this. Don't focus on how to make the hug more intense. Focus on making it comfortable for both of you. Notice her response. Respect her space, match her energy, and let the moment happen naturally. That small change can make your interactions feel more relaxed, respectful, and genuinely connected. If this video changed the way you think about hugs and body language, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more relationship psychology and communication advice. And tell me in the comments, do you think most people pay enough attention to body language during a hug? Your answer might help someone else see these interactions differently. Remember, real confidence isn't about taking control of a moment. It's knowing when to connect and when to give someone space.